Now then, thought I'd do a little video to walk you around my 1980 Yamaha XS650 that I customised. Finished customising this about 6 years ago. I think I've owned the bike for must be 8 or 9 years, something like that. It was at some point imported from America, so it's a G model. I bought it as a stock bike, and obviously I've changed quite a lot, so I thought I'd do this vid just to give you a walk around, show you what I've done, to try and point out a few of the details. Yeah, so the engine, originally when I got it, it was running fine, but one of the exhausts was blowing a bit, so I have done a little top end rebuild on it, so that's all fine. I've put a Hughes hand-built PMA in it. So it's got a solid charging circuit on it. So the front half of the frame's original. It's got a TC Bros hardtail. And yeah, the rear wheels original and the front forks original, and that's about it. So like I said, the rear wheel 16-inch, got the original mechanical drum brake on there. Front wheel is off a Honda CB175, I believe. Excuse the dirt, it's because I took it for a little ride, it just needs a little clean. Twin leader front brake, 18-inch. Firestone rubber, Firestone Champion Deluxe front and rear. 18B400 on the front, 16B500 on the back. Yeah, like I say, stock front forks. Sort of a aftermarket, excuse the dirt, I will clean it. BSA style, sort of old British style headlight. I've wired the light circuit to. I'll come to that in a second. Made custom mounts for it. Little aftermarket speedo on there. It'd done about 10,000 miles, 10,500 miles when I got it. And since I've customised it, it's done 2,200. So let's say it's done about 13,000 miles, something like that. The bars are, I think they're off Velocet. I just picked some nice bars that I like the look of. These are stainless steel, 7/8 inch. Yeah, I think it's like a 1950s Velocet bars, something like that. The tank and the rear fender are off a Triumph. The tank, someone asked me what this is today. I can't remember what model it's off. It's 5TA, I think. I've done a lot of custom work to that to get it to fit, retunneled it and stuff. Got a cool one-off brass HVC Home Valley Customs tank badge on each side. The rear fender is off a Triumph Thunderbird. I really like the shape and like the rib on it. The paintwork, me and my dad did that. I have to sort of give thanks to my dad for doing most of that, actually. After doing that, I will never do any more painting ever again. But it's actually, the colours are 1970s Volkswagen colours. It is Ancona blue and diamond silver, and there's a gold pinstripe in there as well. The seat is just like an aftermarket bait style little seat with some springs. The oil tank, it's not an oil tank, it's actually the electrics. You can see the red rec mounted under there. It's got the fuse box in there. There's a little hatch on top to get in. You just pop the seat up and in you go. The battery box, made that. That doesn't actually have a battery in. So you may have noticed it's got this big magneto on the side. So I know it kind of ruins the lines of the bike a bit. Some people really don't like it. But I will forgive it for that because it makes it so much easier to start up and run, and it runs great on that. And yeah, it's just got a capacitor, so it just fires up and runs, and the lights only work when the bike is running, which suits me fine because it's dead easy. And I'll fire it up at the end of the video to show you what else. The exhaust, made the exhaust myself, one off stainless steel. I can't remember the diameter of the exhaust, but I kicked them out a little bit bigger at the end. And you can see, just to give it that little bit more of a sort of a badass look as it comes out the back of the bike. And they're the same both sides. Custom pegs, custom peg mounts. I think I chopped up the original kickstand. Oh, and it's got the first ever Home Valley Customs chain tensioner on there, which is my prototype for the real thing. Yeah, it runs. It's got the original carburetors, BS34s, I believe, and some custom made filters. I have got some ram air filter material in there. Yeah, I bought a pair of ram air filter pods and chopped them up, and then obviously fitted that material to these custom cages so that it does actually have some filtering quality. At the back end, I've got this. Some people take the piss out of my ridiculous sort of number plate mount, which I've nicknamed the shovel. The reason why it's so fucking tough is because I lost a couple. I definitely lost one. Yeah, and so I was like, I'm going to make it really, really strong. And also that's why I've got this like single piece of 12mm. I think that's, I can't remember if it's stainless and I've polished it. I think it's stainless. Or maybe it's just steel and I've chromed it. Whatever. It's really fucking tough. And I think that just covers just about all of it. I definitely will be forgetting something. But there you go. So I wanted to give you a quick whiz around the bike, sort of show you all those details. One other thing I will point out is this really cool little badge in here, which I replaced over there. I think it says made in Japan, whereas now it says Yorkshire made, which instantly adds £10,000 to the value of the bike. Cool. So I'm going to see if I can show you me kickstarting this up. I don't know if you can hear the cat meowing outside. It's going to probably run away quite soon when this thing springs into life. So, totally cold. I haven't quite figured out the starting sequence to this yet. I don't ride it enough, which is why it needs to go really. It needs someone that can ride it.